Hello and welcome to Feeding the Curious Mind. My name's John Pullen and I'm an author of fiction and non-fiction. In this particular episode, which I've entitled it Petticoats at Dawn, we're going to go back in time a couple of hundred years to London. So picture the scene. It's early morning in Hyde Park in central London. There's mist on the ground. And then suddenly two coaches appear and stop in front of each other. Two men get out, one from each coach, carrying a black case. There's going to be a duel. Many places in London held duels. It was technically illegal, but lots of people turned a blind eye. Hyde Park was one of those places. Then the two protagonists came out and faced each other. Obviously, this was a matter of honour between two gentlemen, except there wasn't two gentlemen, it was two women. They were Lady Braddock and a Mrs. Elphinstone. They were high society ladies, and the year being 1792, they had been taking part in tea around Lady Braddock's house. Then they were friends, but the conversation changed and Mrs. Elphinstone remarked that to Lady Braddock, "You were once a beautiful woman." And she said, "What do you mean? I'm only 30 years old." Then Mrs. Elphinstone said, "No, that's not true. You're 61. That was enough. Lady Braddock challenged her to a duel so that honour could be met. Mrs. Elphinstone stood her ground and said, "Yes, very well, we shall meet in Hyde Park." And that's how they both ended up facing each other. Now, both of their seconds were gentlemen, and the ladies took a pistol each from the black cases. They walked to their distance, and the signal was given to start. Two shots were fired, one from each pistol. One person was hurt. It was Lady Braddock. She was shot in the arm. That was it. The seconds came in and said, "Honour has been restored. Let's now go home." But both ladies were not happy. Honour had not been restored. So instead, they put the pistols down and took a sword each and went at each other. After a short fight, it turned out then that Mrs. Elphinstone received a wound from the sword in her arm. At this point, it was decided by both ladies that honour had been served. So they curtsied to each other, signed a declaration, because the paperwork's never done, signed a declaration to say that honour had been served and that they were now both happy, and they both get into their coaches and went their separate ways. We don't know whether or not they ever took tea together. Who knows?